cell cycle is the cyclic events that operate, the cyclic events that operate for division of cell, for cell division. Simply you can say for cell division, a cyclic events operate. Okay, the same thing if it happens again and again, if same things happen again and again, then it is said to be a cyclic events. So in this cell division process also, same events occur again repeatedly. So this is called as cell cycle. There are two ways by which a cell can divide. One is mitosis. Second one is meiosis. Okay. We'll discuss. First, we'll discuss mitosis. In the operation of cell cycle operates in two phases. One is interphase, second one is mitotic phase. Mitotic phase. Interphase is a period of rest, and mitotic phase is a period during which cell division occurs. Cell division occurs. But if you see the time period, usually human cells take 24 hours to divide. Once in 24 hours they divide. Okay. For example, it started. You are asking me something. So, cell division is divided into interphase and mitotic phase. Each cell cycle takes 24 hours to complete in human beings. Not in all organisms, it's not same. It differs from organism to organism. It differs from cell to cell. In our body, there are different cells. From cell to cell, it may differ. But most of the cells, it is 24 hours. For example, if you take yeast cells, they divide in 90 minutes only. Sorry, 90 minutes means 1.5 hours. In 1.5 hours, the yeast cell division occurs. But in human cells, it takes 24 hours to divide. In this cell cycle, there is an interphase and there is a mitotic phase. This interphase takes approximately 23 hours and mitotic phase completes in 1 hour. Why is this, even if it is a rest period, why is this very important? Here, the importance is, focus on this point, the importance of interphase is it prepares itself for cell division. It prepares itself for cell division. Okay. So here one thing you need to focus is nature is saying that one important motivational tip that nature is saying us. We need to form the basics very standardly. Then only we are able to put ourselves into action. Okay. Our basics should be very strong when you are studying itself. Suppose your aim is to prepare for JEE exams. If you are preparing a lot of time from now onwards, when you are putting yourself into action, it may be a small time, but this time is the function of this, whatever you are doing here is all because of your efforts that you are putting here. So preparation takes very good amount of time. Even you take the construction of buildings, pillars, how much strong the pillars will be there, that much strong your building that is above that will be able to stand. Okay, so let us come back. During the interphase, which is rest period, the cell prepare itself for the cell division. Now let us see what are the events that are present in interphase and mitotic phase. I'll draw a flow chart for this. Cell cycle is divided into interphase and mitotic phase. Mitotic phase. Interphase, that is resting period, is divided into three stages. G1 phase, S phase, S phase, G2 phase. G1 phase means gap 1 phase. G2 phase is synthesis phase. And G2 phase is gap 2 phase. What happens, I'll say, but let us understand. Mitotic phase is divided into two phases. Mitotic phase is divided into two phases. First nucleus will divide. First nucleus divides, and this process in which nucleus divides is called as karyokinesis. Karyo means nucleus, kinesis means division, nuclear division. Okay? Next, karyo means nucleus, kinesis means division. Next, after that cytokinesis occur. Cytokinesis, now you can guess. Cyto means cytoplasm, kinesis division. Here what happens? Cytoplasm divides. Cytoplasm divides. And one nuclear division has 4 different phases. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. PMAT. You need to remember the sequence as PMAT. Then you will remember prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. In this, so this is an important flow chart, children. You should remember. Cell cycle is divided into interphase, that is resting periods. This is resting periods. And mitotic phase is division periods. The resting period is divided into 3 phases: G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase. That is gap 1 phase, synthesis phase, gap 2 phase. After that follows mitotic phase, which is divided into karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Karyokinesis is nuclear division, cytokinesis is cytoplasmic division. Karyokinesis divided into prophase, metaphase, and anaphase, and telophase. Okay, what are all these names? If you study each one, you will be clear about it. What happens during that, if you understand, it's very simple. First, let us see interphase. Interphase has 3 different periods. Gap 1 phase and gap 2 phase. Even though it is resting period, cell does not take rest completely. It is called resting period only because cell is not dividing, that's all. It's not a complete rest period for cell. The cytoplasmic processes are happening. Metabolic events are taking place. So here synthesis phase means usually cell has some amount of DNA. In human beings, 23 pairs of DNA is present. If it divides, what will happen? One cell will get 23 chromosomes, another cell will get 23 chromosomes. Is it okay? No, it's not correct. So what is happening in the synthesis phase is equal amount of DNA will produce. In one word, you can say doubling of chromosomes. Doubling of chromosomes takes place. Doubling of chromosomes. How much amount of chromosomes, how much amount of DNA is there, that much amount of DNA will produce. Okay? 23 pairs of chromosome are there, again 23 pairs, that much equal amount of chromosome will be produced. For this production, so many proteins are required in our body. So many RNA molecules are required. Those proteins and RNA molecules are synthesized in gap1 phase. Next, for mitotic, next after this gap period, mitotic cycle will start. For mitosis also so many proteins are required, so many molecules are required. Here also protein synthesis takes place. But this protein synthesis is for cell division, this protein synthesis is for chromosome replication, chromosome doubling. Okay? So that should be clear for you. With this, interphase is completed. Now what starts is metaphase. In metaphase, mitotic phase. In mitotic phase, first we'll see what is karyokinesis. Okay. Karyokinesis is divided into 4 phases. What are the 4 phases? First one is prophase. Second one is mat. So metaphase. After M, A. Anaphase. After A, T. Telophase. What happens during these 4 phases? First, prophase. Usually, I said you that chromatin material that is present inside the nucleus is coiled like this. This coiled chromatin will condense itself to form chromosomes like this. Okay, so first thing that happens is chromatin condenses. Chromatin condenses. Next, second thing that happens is inside this nucleolus is there, nucleolus will disappear. Here there are mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, ribosomes, etc. etc. These all will disappear gradually. Nucleolus, cell organelles, what will happen? They all will disappear. Okay. Next thing that happens is we studied about one organelle which has 2 barrel shaped structures and some jelly like material around this. This is called as centrioles. These centrioles will replicate during synthesis phase. Not only DNA, this also will produce during the synthesis phase. Or when it is new one is forming, one will migrate to this side, one will migrate to this side. So they start migrating to poles. Centrioles migrate to poles. Centriole migrate to poles. And these centrioles, which are at the corner of the cells inside the nucleus, outside the nucleus, they start producing small fiber-like structures. What is the need of these fibers? I'll say in this stage, I'll say. Okay. These fibers are called as spindle fibers. Spindle fibers. Okay. So centrioles migrate to poles to form spindle fibers. And lastly, nuclear membrane disintegrates. Disintegration means slowly it will denature. Slowly it is damaged, it disappears. So when you see this diagram, I'll draw this diagram now. So this is the cell and this is the nucleus. Organelles are present and like this, it is condensed, nucleolus is present. This one will transform into cell. Nuclear membrane is disintegrating so slowly. The chromosomes are condensing to form, chromatin is condensing to form chromosomes. Nucleolus disappeared, organelles are disappearing, and centrioles are moving to poles to produce small spindle fibers. So it looks like this. Okay, finally it looks like this. What are the things that are disappearing? One is nuclear membrane, second one is nucleolus, third all the organelles present in the cell. Okay, now what happens in metaphase? In metaphase, all the chromosomes that are formed, these chromosomes, will arrange themselves in equatorial plane. You know what is equator? Equator moves to the center of the earth. The same, there is a plane that is at the center of this, what do you say, cell. Okay, plane, you know, I'm not saying about one direction, it's a complete plane. If you take a sphere, completely spherical structure, and break it into half, this entire surface is called as a plane, equatorial plane. In that plane, all the chromosomes will start accumulating. Okay, anywhere it can be. Okay, inside this entire plane, if you observe it from this angle, it is circular. One chromosome here, one chromosome here, one chromosome here, like that it is distributed. But if you are seeing from this angle, all will look in one plane only. Okay, and here the centrioles are extending the spindle fibers. Where they are extending? To the center of chromosomes. If you observe the structure of chromosomes, chromosomes have a structure like this. This point is called as centromere. Centromere. For this, one disc is there on this side, one disc is there on this side. This disc-shaped structure is called kinetochore. Kinetochore. Among this chromosome, this is called a chromatid. This is called another chromatid. Both will bind together to form this structure. Okay, these are chromatids. They are called as chromatids. Okay, this spindle fibers is attaching to this kinetochore, which arise it from this side will attach this side, which arise it from this side will attach this side. Okay, this side one spindle fiber will attach, this side one spindle fiber will attach. Okay, so metaphase means, first, metaphase means chromosomes are arranged in equatorial plane. Equatorial plane. Second, spindle fibers. Spindle fibers that are formed from centriole attach to centromeres. Centromere. Each one to a kinetochore. Each one will attach to one kinetochore. So as a result, if the pulling effect is caused, the spindle fibers pull each other this side. This spindle fibers, when you know about tug of war, there will be 46 chromatids. No, 46 pairs of chromatids. Okay, 23 pairs of chromosomes. Each chromosome has 2 chromatids. Then 23 chromosomes have 46 chromatids. Another 23 chromosomes have 46 chromatids. Okay. Okay, we'll discuss about it. Let me complete this. Same like tug of war. One is pulling from that side, one is pulling from this side. This spindle fiber tries to pull this chromosome this side. This spindle fiber tries to pull the chromosome this side. So one half is pulled this side, one half is pulled this side. As a result, at the stage of anaphase, this centriole and the spindle fibers that are extending. This is a centriole and these are the spindle fibers that are extending. Will divide the chromosome into sister chromatids. The sister chromatids will separate. Okay, these two are sisters. Okay, sister chromatids will separate like that. Okay, and slowly they are pulled towards the poles. That is happening at the anaphase. Now at the telophase, I'll write here what is happening. Chromosomes split. Sister chromatids are separated and move to poles. Spindle fibers are shortened. They become shorter. Now what happens in telophase is opposite to prophase. Whatever you wrote here, you write reverse here. That's all. Cytoplasm is there like this and nucleus is dividing. So what happens? Half of the chromosomes are here. Half of the chromosomes are here. So I'll not draw it like this. There is no pulling effect now, no. Okay. After that, nuclear envelope is forming. Nucleolus is forming. Nuclear envelope is forming. Nucleolus is forming. So what happened? Nuclear envelope disintegrated. Here it is forming. Nucleolus and cell organelles. Mitochondria. Golgi complex. And what else? Ribosomes. Endoplasmic reticulum. All the organelles will form again. Okay. Chromatin condenses. This chromatin will start to condense like this. This chromatin will start to condense like this. Okay. So now this nuclear division is complete. So what happens? Okay, 1 minute. I think I need not write the steps for this telophase. You write reverse of all these steps. Chromatin again coils here. Chromatin coils. Nucleolus, cell organelles and nuclear membrane reappear and what else? Centrioles move away from poles towards cell's center. Okay, that related diagram is this. Nucleolus, nuclear membrane, condensed, all organelles formed. Okay, rough diagram. So with this, karyokinesis is completed. In the next class, we'll discuss about cytokinesis. What happens in the cytokinesis? So We have completed nuclear division yesterday. Cytokinesis is a very simple thing. In case of animal cells, cytokinesis is formation of small constriction in center. So at the end of karyokinesis, the cell will have two nucleus and small constriction will start developing. This constriction will deepen. It deepens. Still it deepens. Again it gets deepened. As a result, two cells are formed. Okay, and finally these two cells are the daughter cells that are formed from one mitotic cycle. Okay, this is in case of animal cells, but in case of plant cells there is cell wall formation in between. For the formation of cell wall, what the cell develops is a small plate called cell plate will develop. A small plate called cell plate will develop. This cell plate is made up of calcium pectate, and we know that when we discussed about Golgi complex, I said you that cell plate is formed from Golgi complex. So gradually it will increase its length and attach on both sides. At that time it starts depositing cell wall. Okay, cell wall futurely in future it develops to form middle lamellae of cell wall. Middle lamellae of cell wall. When we discussed about cell wall, I said you that, rub this. When we discussed about cell wall, I said you in plant cells the cell wall has one middle lamellae. Inside that primary cell wall will deposit. Inside that secondary cell wall will deposit, which is not even. Secondary cell wall, some places it is there, some places it is not there. This is secondary cell wall. We have discussed. For this cell, which is beside this middle lamella is there, primary cell wall will form over that, secondary cell wall will form over that. For the cell that is here, primary cell wall will form, then secondary cell wall will form here. Like that. So this middlemost layer is called as middle lamellae. Middle lamellae. This middlemost layer is called as middle lamellae. That is formed from cell plate. During cell division only, that cell plate formation will take place and finally develops into middle lamellae. Once it turns out complete, then here primary cell wall will also be formed, secondary cell wall also will be formed. And these cells, sorry, primary cell wall is formed and these cells will separate into two separate cells. Okay, two separate cells. First cell and second cell with cell wall. Second cell, first cell and second cell with cell wall. Cell lamellae is in middle. In that side, cell wall will start depositing like this. Inside the cell wall, plasma membrane is there. Like this division occurs inside the plant cells. Nucleus. In the beginning, when the cell is newly formed, vacuole is small only. Later it will develop. When it takes more amount of water, it will grow in size and it becomes a larger vacuole. So that is about cell division in mitotic methods. We have another method, meiosis. But before discussing about meiosis, what is the importance of this mitosis? Let us understand. Okay. One minute. Yeah. What happens because of mitosis? Mitosis help in growth of organisms. Initially we are small, now we are able to grow. That is because more and more cells are forming in our body. Okay. If the organism is big, that doesn't mean that the cells in that organism are large. Okay, in contrast, it is because the organisms have more number of cells. That more number of cells are because of cell division. Second thing is regeneration of whole body. Suppose sometime you have some wound, regeneration. Regeneration. Sometimes we have some wound somewhere because of wound. There is this formation of some rupture is there present inside the skin internally, sometimes inside the body, sometimes out of the body. Those cells need to form again. That is called as regeneration. In regeneration process, liver cells also sometimes when they are damaged, they need to form again. There also regeneration plays an important role. Formation of new cells when there is any damage. All parts of our body do not have regeneration capacity. Suppose there is any damage in nervous tissue, it cannot form again. But certain cells, if there is any damage in heart tissue, it cannot form again because there is no cell division. There is no cell division in nervous tissue, and most of the muscle tissue will not divide. Division is absent, will not divide. Okay, regeneration. Next, reproduction of unicellular organisms. Reproduction in unicellular organisms. In unicellular organism, a new organism is formation of new cells. So their organism is simply formed by cell division. Next, mitosis. One more importance is here, because doubling of chromosome is taking place, each after each generation, number of chromosomes is maintained. Number of chromosomes is maintained. Since mitosis, there is no exchange of genetic material in mitosis. What happens? Mitosis produces clone cells. It produces clone cells. The parent cells and progeny cells are similar. There is no exchange of genetic material. Okay. So if there is no genetic material exchange, how the characters from parent to children change, how there is mixture of mother's and father's character, that is because of meiosis. Oh, what is meiosis and how this meiosis occurs? Okay, meiosis. What is meiosis? How this meiosis occurs? In which cells it occurs? We'll discuss in the next class. Okay. Most of the living organisms which are showing asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction means no exchange of genetic material. All those organisms produced by mitosis only. That's why their daughters are called clones. If suppose you take bacteria is dividing by binary fission and two cells are formed. You take amoeba, it is producing by binary fission, two new cells are formed. Those two cells are same like each other. So you can call them as clones. They are both clones. Okay. But in case of higher organisms where sexual reproduction is taking place, there is another process called meiosis, and there is exchange of genetic material, and parents and progeny there will be differences. What is meiosis, how it occurs, we'll discuss in the next class.